Hello everybody and welcome to Alternative Interactions. I'm Gary. Well, it's a nice day again. It's not really a walk and babble, but I'm going to have a little talk about something that's on my mind. It's been on my mind a couple of days. So there we go. So before we get going, welcome everybody, and thank you very much for all the subscribes, views, shares that I get. Much appreciated. Really is. Thank you very much. I might later on during the week start talking about some slightly more controversial subjects, but at the moment I don't feel inclined to do so. The energies are, hell, they're off the charts, aren't they? Oh my God, off the charts. I'm really feeling it. And it's strange, isn't it? These ascension, they are ascension symptoms fundamentally. What's going on with beautiful Mother Gaia fundamentally is been going on for a while now, hasn't it? It's a good few months we've all been struggling in different ways, and I hate to say it, but I don't think it's going to get any easier, any quicker at the moment. We're in that Mercury retrograde that we spoke about so much up until the 11th of August. And we've also got coming up, and we're kind of into it as well now, it's the Lion's portal, isn't it? The 8-8. And on next week's Rocking Pandora's Box, we're going to be talking about a little bit about that in a way. So I don't want to cover it too much here, via the energies fundamentally. But Richard and I are going to be doing a show, and we're going to be talking about the divine feminine, going back all the way, and kind of bring it round into the 8-8 portal that we've got at the moment, the Lion's portal, being Leo season. So yeah, but we've got two big energies, coming in, and I think, how can I put this? A friend of mine said to me the other, on a message, I was struggling, and they said, the more we switch into our true selves, the realm, the more we become empathic, the more these energies are going to affect us, and these external energies are going to affect us. And so it makes sense, it makes sense. A lot of the stuff we're feeling, beautiful Femi, is other people's energies. They're not ours, not coming from us. So and that was kind of like an obvious aha moment, but it was an obvious aha moment. Well, of course, if we're becoming more and more empathic about the world, nature, what's going on, we're going to be feeling and picking up all these energies, aren't we? It's going to be happening. It makes total sense, Sometimes I can, or I can say I'm a bloke. But it made total sense about the energies and the feeling of it, So we're not only going through our own ascension symptoms, we're not only feeling this wave of energy coming into us, but we're also picking up on the energy of the wave that's been put out by the people around us. And we truly are in a, you know, Richard said last night, and it may not have been quite picked up on properly. And I said, you know, we're in, you know, just around the card reading period when he did that. It was like, we're actually in beautiful sunny day, look, beautiful sunny day. It was a bit dodgy this morning, but it's come out lovely now, so let's get out and do some talking and walking. He said we're actually in it. We're actually in the change now, this period. I knew it was going to be a strong, big period coming in around this time, and boy has it been. Many things have come to light, and many more things will. And we've got the show. We've got the show going on for the. I don't want to say the normies, but the sleeping show is going on, and whichever way that goes, whichever way that twists and turns, I don't know, and it doesn't really matter, to be fair, because this is kind of where, and what I wanted to talk about today. Oh, it took me 6 minutes to get there, didn't it? So we've got a lady up front with a couple of dogs. So yeah, what we want to talk today about fundamentally is giving our energy away. So it's about giving our energy away for free. Hello. So yeah, I don't sound like a nutcase, even though I'm not, aren't I? Entertainment purposes only, obviously, all my videos, every single one, entertainment purposes only. So it's about, I talk a lot about externalization of power, giving our power away. And that still continues to be one of my things. But externalization of power doesn't always mean a lot, you know. So I'm going to package it in a slightly different way today. We're going to talk about our energy. Got all these energies coming in, hitting us from all these people around us, and the energies from Mother Gaia, planetary energies, internal energies via the human design, you know, oh my God, what a soup, what a soup. You know, as a side note, I've noticed that my spirit guides or guardian guides have been really active these last 3 or 4 days, really active. When they come in, I can feel them. I get an ache in my jaw. So if you ever see me rubbing my jaw, then you know that I've got either one on one side or the other. Someone's come in. Now I'm not that good to know their names or can't see them yet. But I can feel them. You know, so we know I'm never, you know, we're not alone, are we? But I can feel them, and that camera lens looks a bit dirty. I hope I haven't been talking to you through a smudge. Let me just clean that. How terrible. There we go. Hopefully you can see me better now. Yeah, so I can feel the guides coming in, and the big energies really hurt. It feels like my jaw's cramping up, you know, like, oh. But at the moment I've got someone, you know, hello, you know, welcome. I've got someone here on my shoulder or behind me, probably feel it, you know. So one of the things that you could be feeling, Femi, is you could be feeling your own spirit guides coming in. You know, not everything is an external energy from somebody else. It could be your own external energy as such. Your own, just about get bit by a beastie then. Yeah, it could be your own external energy, as such your guides coming in and giving you a bit of support, moral guidance, or a little nudge somewhere, you know. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling that they're far more active than they ever have been. Now it could just be things that I'm going through. I probably will end up doing a show on this with Richard. I'm not going to do it on my own probably. I think it's going to be one with Richard, because there's been some things going on with me. I didn't post for a couple of days. What was it, Friday, Saturday? I know I normally have one day off, but I had 2 days off for a specific reason. And this really does go into woo land. It's quite interesting. But also, I want to do it with Richard so that you don't sort of get, it's not scary. It's nothing to worry about. It's part of my personal journey. But I think with Richard there and his insights, it'll make a much better explanation to what's been going on. So it's been a bit woo for me and a bit strange, and it could be part of the reason why I've got so much activity with my guides at the moment. But if I'm feeling it, somebody else is. So you know, it's something to be mindful of, you know, properly mindful of, that we have got, you know, our own guides, higher self, manipulating us in the nicest possible way, not in a bad way obviously, but just nudging us, supporting us, helping us, making us go certain directions, or just supporting us, you know. Remember, your higher self fundamentally loves you, has your best interests at heart. Now and that's about energies as well, isn't it? It's all energy. Everything's energy frequency. You know, we live inside a great big toroidal field. And, you know, our hearts produce toroidal fields of energy. You know, that energy that comes out. And everything is energy. We're energy. This matrix that we live in is an energy. And so it makes sense that if we're more susceptible to that energy, that we're going to feel that energy and it's going to affect us more. But also it means that potentially, if it's affecting us more, and we are going through huge changes at the moment, positive changes, positive changes. And so if we're going through all these positive changes at the moment, those that potentially feel it more are getting changed quicker. There's more going on, you know. And it's not elitist in what I'm saying there at all in any way, shape or form. But if you've got a schoolroom of kids, and we're all kids at the moment, family, we're all toddlers, we're only just beginning to learn some of the tiny things that we should know and could have and should have known years ago, really. We're relearning a lot of stuff, we're re-remembering. So when you've got a class full of kids, young kids, and they're just at that age of growing, that spurt, you know, around 7, 10 years old, 12, you know, they suddenly start spurting up, kids, don't they? I remember with mine, pair of shoes would last like 6 or 8 weeks before their feet had grown out of it, and it's, oh my God. And yet my youngest didn't grow particularly quickly when he was younger. He's grown now, but and he had the same pair of shoes on for like a year, And my eldest was every 8 weeks was going for a pair of shoes, you know, a proper beanpole going up, you know. And the energies for us are just like that. But we all grow eventually, and we all get to that level, and we've got plenty of time, you know. This isn't a race. It's a bit like the tortoise and the hare, you know. Tortoise got there, didn't it? Beat the hare. So it's not a race. It's not a race. But we're now going through a growing stage again, and some will be growing quicker than others. Some will be getting different bits of information, different bits of the puzzle to others. You know, it's a mishmash. You know, it's a cooking pot of stuff. And we're in that cooking pot at the moment, being stirred around. And so at this point in time, it's probably a very good idea to be very mindful of our energies and where we place them, because distractions, oh my god. The algorithms on social media at the moment are really not our friends. They never have been, but they're really not our friends at the moment. Every other or every few, depending on what platform you're on, if you can get onto the platform anymore without uploading your details in the UK and bending down and bowing to Herr Starmer, the dictator. All these lovely new laws coming in. You can't watch this, you can't do that unless you upload your information to a third party who can then sell it for a profit. Could make it up. So your kids have got to upload images of themselves. It's tangent time. The kids have got to upload images of themselves to prove their age, to go to a third party who can then sell it on to paedophiles. Nice one, UK government. I love it. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Perhaps this is a database for them to pick out their future, you know, their future prizes. As you can tell, I'm not impressed at the moment with any of this stuff going on in the UK. It's just getting ridiculous. But also I'm observing it and seeing it for what it is. You know, observe, don't absorb. I'm not impressed, but it doesn't mean I'm emotionally attached or connected in any way, and I'm not. Okay, big difference. You know, morally and in judgment, they're failing. Okay, plenty of red flags at the moment, all the way through that sort of stuff. I may talk about that later in the week. Might be a teeth out operation where there's certain subjects that I want to talk about that would get me banned very quickly on this algorithm driven platform. So got to try and think about that one and go at a different angle, if you know what I mean. But these algorithms currently, with what's going on with it in the UK, worldwide, I mean, it's just, I'm pretty sure if you're flicking through, I mean, I flick through Telegram and look at the headlines. I'm not reading anything, but I want to know. I want to keep current, observing it, not absorbing it. You know. I'm just observing, and it's the way you should be this way. You know, because it's the healthiest place to be at the moment. It really is the healthiest place to be at the moment. So. There we go, let's turn around. So yeah, it's the healthiest place to be at the moment. Now our energies, where our attention goes, our energy flows. Okay, it's a very old one. It's a proven one. So what we look at, we feed it. It's why I'm not prepared to look at any of the Epstein stuff or anything like that anymore. And certainly Richard isn't, you know, because it takes you loose. You're feeding the beast. you know. And although I'm skimming over and talking about stuff in a very, very casual kind of way, it is just a casual kind of way. But these algorithms we're seeing currently within social media are really, really trying to pull us into, and our energy into, areas that they want us to be seeing, to feeding unrest and discord. And it's really not the thing to be doing, in my opinion, is not to be looking at this and trying to affect the algorithm. So if you're on social media, you've got a thing that you don't like something, keep hitting the don't like, change the algorithm to the things you do want to see. You know, Mel's she loves watching like cute horse, you know, cool, cute horse, cute animal things, and you know, beautiful gardens, lovely, you know, old ancient house, Tatarian type style, things, property renovation stuff of nice old places and stuff like that. And so I think she spent an entire day nearly just going, I don't want to watch that, don't want to watch that, don't want to watch that. And they're still pumping it into her. You know, they're still pumping it into her. But that is fag book for you, isn't it? But and you won't find me on there either, by the way, guys. I'm not on Facebook and I'm not an X. Never will be again. I was kicked off both platforms. One of my accounts was frozen. I was frozen out of it. So I might even have 2 accounts on Facebook that I'm frozen out of, can't get in, can't, you know. But the energy, they're showing us this stuff constantly because they want our energy to go there. They want us to be externalizing our energy into this, to get triggered, to get angry, to get frustrated, you know. It takes a lot of mindfulness to observe stuff like this and then go, right, let go, let go. Let go of it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Obviously some of it does matter, but we've got to not be, or in my personal, I'm talking about me, not you guys, I do let it go. It's not real. How much have we seen is AI generated? You know, how much of it? But it's feeding the beast, isn't it? It's feeding the beast with our energy. And that beast's desperate at the moment because the beast's fundamentally dying. And they're trying to harvest as much of that loosh as they can. Remember the film Monsters Inc? Keep going back to it. They got the kids to scream and they'd bottle it up and they'd have it in storage. You know, for just in case something went wrong. Well, that something's going wrong now for them. Big style. And so they're trying to bottle up the last of those screams, the last of that loosh, before they can't get any more. They're the ones that are desperate. We have to remember that we are the true creators of this realm. These other entities can't, they're not, how can I put this? We are part of the natural environment, as natural as this realm is, and we have the ability to influence it. Okay? We have the ability to influence our realm. And by that, we create reality tunnels, personal reality tunnels, and we can manifest and generate all sorts of things that we want. They can't. They're a third party. They're an add-on, you know. bit like going abroad, or you guys, Femi, come to England with your American plug socket or whatever, and you try and plug it in, it don't work, does it? So if you can imagine a plug socket that doesn't quite fit the hole, that's them. So the only way they can get that energy is via an adapter. And they've worked out that the adapter for this energy, for our loosh, is them playing us. It's them playing us via, how can I put this? Manipulating us. They manipulate us, and they're manipulating us. So their manipulation of us is the adapter that allows them to slot into the energy that they can then use and harvest. And as more and more people become aware of our energy and how important our energy is, how fundamental this is to the realm, the creational energy. We are the creators of this realm and the creational energy. And when you really start going down the rabbit holes properly, really deep, and really looking at stuff, I can't remember if it was Honey Sea Golden who said this, somebody else, but it certainly resonated with me, where we actually create the people around us, and we actually can create our loved ones, and we can marry an entity that we've created. That's a mad one, isn't it? And apparently there's one creator to every 40,000 people or 10,000 people or whatever the ratio is, I don't know. There's a lot less real people on this realm than we give credit for. But it's like a computer game. Best game in the realm, the game to be playing. Only elite players come in and play this game. You're watching this, you're an elite player. Personally, I'm terrible at computer games, but there we go. But so our energy is really what runs this realm. Money doesn't. The energy associated to it, again, you know, money is just the adapter plug to feed the loosh off again, if that makes sense to you guys and Femi. You know, it's they can't tap into our energy directly unless we give them permission to. There's certainly at least one organisation I know of that does that. Actually, there's an entity that feeds off the energy of the people. Proper parasite. And again, when the time's right, I'll drop that one on you all as well. Time ain't right yet. But when it is, I'll drop that one on you. And I'll tell you one of the craziest stories you're going to hear for a long, long time. So I know it is because I've seen it with my own eyes, experienced it, felt it. I have friends that have felt that energy. So at the moment, we've been bombarded with energy, positive and negative, from the people, positive from Gaia and all around, and negative from worry, fear, all that kind of stuff, all that's coming into us from around us. We're doing our own self-growing, self-work, because it never stops, never stops. And this is a very, very tricky part of the game. It's very difficult to get to a full understanding and see it. But all this algorithm stuff that's wanting your energy, to take it and externalize it, is taking it away from you. Now this is from somebody else I saw. I can't remember where I saw it. I do apologise to the person. I'm going to kind of take it, or the analogy of it, what the meaning was, because it was a very good kind of analogy or look at what's going on currently. Hello. What they were saying was that sorry, the guy there just put me off my stride. You get in a flow, and then I don't like to talk, you know, be totally open when there's people walking around, you know. I don't want to upset them. There's no point, is it? It doesn't get you anywhere. Where was I've got it on the tip of my tongue, you know. Dyslexia's now kicked in. I got a brain fart because I was on that channel, so I got to hop onto the right railway track again. Oh God, this is terrible, isn't it? I do apologise. Brain's just gone dead from being. I was properly in the flow. Yeah, that's it. Got it. We're back. Gary's come back online. Reboot. Dear, excuse me, pollen again today. Now, strange how I've been stopped by saying it, and then I've had a sneeze, something's gone up my nose. Obviously they don't want me to be saying this, but the stuff you looked at today, or yesterday, or the day before, how did it help you spiritually grow? Could have been a meme actually from Rani. If it's a meme from Rani, I'll stick it on my channel, on my Telegram channel, that is. So what did you look at today that helped you spiritually grow? What work did you do today that helped you grow? Or was it a case of the algorithms hooked you in and you ended up spending most of the day looking at bits and pieces that stopped you meditating, life got in the way, everything else, you know? But that bit of time that you had to look at stuff, what did you look at? Were you mindful in what you looked at? Where did you put your energy? And that was quite a profound one, that one. Probably why it took me so long to get it out. But yeah, our energy is the real currency of this realm. Our ability to create this realm is prized very highly by them. But once you know that this is a thing, and that you really are, and how powerful we really are, truly, and we really are, then the mindfulness of that breaks the spell, you know. I did do, it's come up in the comments quite a bit recently about spelling and language, you know. I did do a very brief one, I don't know, a month or so back, about spells and language. It was a brief overview one, you know, but the writing style is cursed, text, style, and we spell the words in cursive. And books are 2D, the lowest form of vibrational frequency that we have in this realm. You know, painting's got texture. If you put your hand on an oil painting, or it's alive. You look at words, it's black and white. Black and white, that's a spell as well, isn't it? That's the 11, black and white. It's always black ink on white paper, isn't it? Just like the checkerboard flooring, or the game of drafts, or the game of chess. It's on a black and white board. So there we go. So please, beautiful feminine guys out there, anyone who watches this, please be mindful of where your energy is going at the moment. The energies are powerful, and we're creating powerful energies ourselves. We are, and they want that loosh, so don't give it to them. Look at something positive, do something you love, get out in nature. You know, I've had a walk and about sort of talk with you guys. I'm now going to go off and have a little walk around a market town that I like. I've got a market, and I'm just going to lose myself in normie land for an hour or so. You know, how lovely is that? Because there's beauty in everything. If you choose to see the darkness will come to you. If you choose to see the light will come to you. Remember, you create what you want. So I'm going to have an absolutely lovely, beautiful afternoon walking around a 10th century, or 10th century, when the churches, you know, goes back to 1000 AD again, probably way before that in fact. It's a historic market town, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And so I'm going to have a lovely time, aren't I? I've already put that out there into the universe, you see. I've created what I want. Parking can be tricky there, but I know the parking spot I want will be there when I get there. I can get the perfect parking space, have a beautiful walk round, and just breathe, observe people watching. Isn't it lovely? Can't be a bit of people watching. Perhaps that's why the normies were put there for us, for the sport of people watching. Well, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. And Femi, thank you very much for listening to me. Please like, share and subscribe. And again, your donations are greatly appreciated. It helps us stay ad free mid-roll. So yeah, brilliant stuff. And just be mindful where your energy goes, and don't give it away cheaply, because it's a valuable asset that you can use yourselves in a far more constructive way for your own betterment, I'm sure. And with that, guys, love, light and blessings. Bye bye.